What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some good news, as it seems that undefeated two-division world champion, reigning WBC World Boxing Council middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jermall Lions Only Charlo, 32 wins, no losses, no draws, 22 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. He will be acquitted. Jermall Charlo had reportedly been arrested this past weekend and yesterday, and it stemmed from alleged incident that took place in his home with a family member allegedly, and Jermall Charlo was being held with on $10,000 bond. So, according to reports and according to Jermall Charlo's lawyer, that Jermall Charlo will be released. Jermall Charlo will be acquitted of all the charges. This stemmed from an incident that took place September of 2021, and Jermall Charlo's attorney believes that this is a situation where Jermall Charlo is an attempt to be squeezed. Okay, and so with that said, he expects Jermall Charlo to be acquitted of everything and resume everything as normal. Okay. He expects Jermall Charlo to return back to sport of boxing with no hingings upon his career, nothing slowing him down. He don't have to go to court and things of that nature. He expects this to be cleared up very quickly and Jermall Charlo to resume his career as scheduled. So with that said, it looks like Jermall Charlo could still be in play to face 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who is currently the undisputed super middleweight world champion, the face of the sport of boxing, rated top 3 best pound for pound, if not number 1 fighters in the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Cinco de Mayo weekend, May 7th. With that said, Canelo Alvarez, 57 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. With that said, ahead of this information and ahead of this incident that took place on Friday, it was expected that Jermall Charlo was going to be the chosen fighter for Canelo Alvarez's next fight. Okay, but when these charges came down and when this information broke, and when we were made aware that Jermall Charlo, was apprehended, that it put the fight with him and Canelo Alvarez in jeopardy. Well, now it looks like that is going to be cleared up very quickly. It looks like his name will be cleared very quickly. And again, this incident took place September of 2021, which is confusing to me as to why this is taking place now. Okay, we are February of 2022, and this had reportedly took place. This incident took place in September of 2021, and according to the reports, Jermall Charlo had to face the charges with this situation, and Jermall Charlo was cleared of any wrongdoing, and now it's being taken to a civil matter, which this looks like they are looking to garner money, revenue from Jermall Charlo from whatever took place. Now, only Jermall Charlo and who was in the house at the moment knows what took place, but according to Jermall Charlo's attorney, there's witnesses that was in the house that proved and on the behalf testify on the behalf of Jermall Charlo that allegedly that nothing took place, and he had no wrongdoing, and that he was cleared of everything in September, and it was re-brought up. Okay, and so now Jermall Charlo obviously he has to deal with this matter, and is distracting, but it's good that on the part of Jermall Charlo in his career, if anything did happen, well wishes to the family member or whomever the accuser allegedly suffered. But with that said, just from the sport of boxing standpoint and Jermall Charlo's standpoint, looks like he'll be able to resume his career. Looks like this will not be hindering anything moving forward. He'll be able to, he was already looking like he was beginning the early stages of training camp, where Cinco de Mayo weekend is a few months away, so he still has all of March. He still has all of February still. We are only in the first week and a half into February. So 2 weeks going into February. So he still has 2 weeks left for February, March, April, and then May. Okay, so he still can get, at least a 9-week training camp in to help him prepare for a guy that I'm sure he's been preparing for years now, since he campaigned at the junior middleweight 154-pound limit, and he was Canelo Alvarez mandatory at 160. This is something that has been on his radar for quite some time. Okay, now Canelo Alvarez, again, he had two options on the table. It was Jermall Charlo, and it was also a deal from Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, DAZN, and Dimitri Bivol, undefeated WBA light heavyweight world champion, star boxer, who, Canelo Alvarez could fight Dimitri Bivol. He's undefeated. And if he fights and beats Dimitri Bivol, who is 19 wins, no losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. He, too, is 31 years of age. He's not the biggest light heavyweight in the world. But Canelo Alvarez can fight and beat Dimitri Bivol in May. And he could fight the winner of Joe Smith Jr., who's the WBO light heavyweight world champion, and Artur Beterbiev, who's the unified WBC IBF light heavyweight world champion. So they're going to unify their belts in a mega showdown, and then he could fight the winner of that fight, become undisputed in just 2 fights at light heavyweight in 2022. Now, obviously, there's also reports that a deal with Dimitri Bivol will be a 2-fight deal, which would see him be able to fight a trilogy match with his longtime rival, whom he fought twice, obviously. And the first fight ended in a draw. Second fight saw him be victorious. And a trilogy against reigning middleweight IBF, 2-time middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Okay, so it's being reported that a deal is in place for him to fight Dimitri Bivol and then Gennady Golovkin for $85 million. But it's a $45 to $50 million deal on the table, 1-fight deal, 1-off fight to face off against Jermall Charlo. Okay, so he could fight Jermall Charlo and then still fight Dimitri Bivol and Joe Smith Jr. Artur Beterbiev winner at the end of the year. So he could fight, if he was able to beat Jermall Charlo, defend his undisputed titles at super middleweight, then move up to light heavyweight, become undisputed there, all under a calendar year, and then fight, Gennady Golovkin, who was clamoring to fight him in the trilogy. The 2 fights didn't sit well. The outcomes didn't sit well with Gennady Golovkin, and I believe that's Gennady Golovkin's sole reason for even staying active at 40 years of age. Okay, I don't believe Gennady Golovkin is motivated in the sport of boxing to do anything to fight anybody other than Canelo Alvarez, and then he's going to sail off to the sunset. So with that said, that's on the table as well. But it would make more sense if he fights Artur Beterbiev not to go back down to super middleweight, but to go ahead and fight the winner Joe Smith Jr. And Artur Beterbiev, become undisputed, and then fight Triple G at the end of the year. So if you're going to fight Dimitri Bivol, you fight him in May. You fight Artur Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. winner in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend, and then you fight Triple G before the year's out and close the year out with 3 massive mega showdowns. That would be a historic year for Canelo Alvarez, who's already created history at super middleweight. So, if that's the route he's going to go, I can't see him fighting Triple G after fighting Artur Beterbiev. It would just make sense. He's already a world champion at light heavyweight. You might as well go ahead in 2 fights. You could become undisputed and still fight Triple G at the end of the year. So, that would just make more sense to me. But if you're going to fight Jermall Charlo for the big payday and the big money, well, then I could see him fighting Jermall Charlo and then fighting Triple G in September, and then going up fight Dimitri Bivol before the year is out, and then in early 2023, Cinco de Mayo weekend of 2023, facing off against Artur Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. winner for undisputed. Okay, so there's big money on the table for him and Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. This is a situation he's been waiting for. It's being reported that he could receive upwards of $10 million for a fight with Canelo Alvarez, and not to mention his legacy. It's a legacy fight for Jermall Charlo. So obviously, this being reported was deflating, because this is an opportunity in a fight that most people want to see Canelo Alvarez in. if it's not named undefeated, former two-time WBC super middleweight Mexican superstar boxer world champion David Benavidez. Okay, these are the biggest names. David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo's names are bigger. Their brand is bigger than Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol by far. So you can understand even Canelo Alvarez, longtime trainer, well-renowned trainer, two-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, he stated that Jermall Charlo is the biggest name that they could fight currently right now as it stands. So according to Jermall Charlo's attorney, he will be acquitted moving forward. And this will not hinder his career and his future, his near future plans, and he will be able to resume his career ASAP. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
You're watching Blue Blood Sport TV. Wow.